Welcome to episode 21 of Discovering Nagasaki from Below. My name is Chad, and this is where you can experience everyday life in this scenic and fascinating part of Japan. So far, only Richard Lempart was able to correctly answer both of last week's vlog questions. The first question was, what two words were engraved on the wooden spoon I used in my cooking demo? The answer is Cook Smiley. The second question was, what was the name of the ABBA song that was playing in Amsterdam Park? This question was a little harder to answer because this song was released in 1979, 41 years ago. The answer is Gimme Gimme Gimme, A Man After Midnight. And now for this week's crash course in kanji root particles. Group H kanji root particles include cattle, notify, earlier, life, vermilion, lose, arrow, noon, eagle, make, and bamboo. I will cover Group I kanji root particles next week. Anyone who has an interest in Japanese food, fine arts, or martial arts will benefit from a basic knowledge of kanji. In today's vlog, I will show you how to bake organic butter rolls and show you the local market where we sell them. I will also show you the Usui Springs district of Shimabara. Let's get started. In order to make 35 organic butter rolls, you will need the following ingredients: 77 grams of flour, 72 grams of sugar, 11 grams of salt, 25 grams of skim milk powder, 2 eggs, 45 grams of butter, 75 grams of organic yeast, and 220 grams of water. The ingredients spend 8 minutes in the mixer, and the resulting dough is allowed to rise for more than 8 hours until it fills this container. I now have to weigh out 35-gram portions of this dough using an electronic scale. Each dough portion is 38 grams. Here's the first portion of this dough. The next step involves forming the dough. If I use too much force, the dough won't rise well in the proofer. I need to gently press the dough into a cone shape using both hands, like this. Then I have to use a small amount of flour before I roll out the dough to form a triangular shape. Without the flour, the dough would stick to the wooden roller. In fact, even with the flour, it sticks to the wooden roller. Once the dough is ready, I roll the dough from the widest end toward the vertex. Then it's a simple matter of pinching off the dough so that it doesn't unravel later on. Here are 2 trays with 18 butter rolls on each. The extra one is a sample which is too small to sell. The butter roll dough now has to sit in the proofer for about 3 hours. I'll put the first tray under these genmai buns, and the second tray below the first one. Here's what the butter rolls look like after sitting in the proofer for 3 hours. As you can see, they've gotten quite a bit larger. I've already taken one tray out and coated all but one of the butter rolls with 1 whisked egg. I will coat the last butter roll on this tray to show you how it's done. In total, you need 3 eggs for this batch of butter rolls, 2 in the batter and 1 for the coating. Now that all the butter rolls are coated with egg, I need to put the tray in the oven for 16 minutes at about 200 degrees Celsius. The butter rolls are now ready to take out of the oven. They've risen substantially in the oven and now they're golden brown in color. I'll leave the hot tray on this counter for the time being and put the second tray in the oven now. Here's a bag of 5 butter rolls on our bread stand at Suzuta Toge Market. Next to it is a bag of 2 cinnamon rolls from episode 3, a bag of 5 cookies from episode 6, and a bag of 5 salted pumpkin sticks from episode 15. And here is some of the other bread we sell at this market. The yellow sign on the front edge of these bread trays reads "Slow Bread, organic yeast made from rice." Yasuko and I have been selling bread from this market on a daily basis for the past 14 years. I deliver bread here every morning, about 360 days a year. It's a place where local farmers can sell their produce, and local entrepreneurs can sell things like eggs, senbei, rice, honey, tea, fish, juice, nori, crafts, and other things. I'm now facing west in the direction of Onsen, about a 5-minute walk south of Shimabara train station. And this is Shimabara's newly renovated city hall. On my right is the local shopping arcade, Sunshine Chuomachi. Shimabara City was founded in 1940 and it has a population of more than 45,000 people. Shimabara Peninsula has a long history of seismic activity originating from Mount Unzen. In 1792, an eruption caused a tsunami that killed more than 15,000 people in this area. Lava from more recent eruptions in 1990-1991 killed 43 people and drastically changed the landscape here. Shimabara City is known for its plentiful supply of underground natural spring water, especially here in the district of Usui. This is not a river, but a canal for natural spring water. This is a famous statue of a joyful girl, Yorokobi no Shoujo. And this is Shimabara's outdoor shopping arcade. In the distance you can see several other footbridges over this canal. There are still quite a few businesses operating in this arcade, including this timepiece shop, this eyeglass shop, and this computer shop with a red sign, Shimabara Pasokon Mura. About halfway down this arcade is a shop selling tea leaves. Across from this shuttered-up Koga store is one of the 3 onsens in Usui district. It's called Yutorogi no Yu Onsen. And like most onsens these days in Japan, it doesn't have many customers. I'm now near the end of this arcade looking toward the bridge that I showed you earlier. I will take this exit up ahead on the right and head for Chuo Park. During the Muromachi era, there was a lot of foreign trade and missionary activity here in Shimabara. High taxes and the persecution of Christianity led to the Shimabara Rebellion in 1637. This rebellion was swiftly and harshly suppressed by the Tokugawa Bakufu. In the museum in Shimabara Castle, you can find many historical artifacts from that rebellion on display. Up ahead you can see Usui's Chuo Park. This is the view from the other side of Chuo Park. This sign indicates the location of the carp streams, the Shimeso Spring Garden, and the Seiryu-tei tourist facility. First I'll take you to the Shimeso Spring Garden. At this garden you can relax in a tea house that has been raised up on stilts and which is surrounded by spring water and colorful itinerant carp. It's just up ahead behind this brown wooden fence. Here's the entrance to this spring garden. Here's one of the tatami tea rooms in this spring garden house. As I pan to the left, you can see some of the trees in this garden. There are no walls to block your view here. In front, you get an unobstructed view of the koi-filled pond. It's a serene and beautiful place to drink matcha and watch the carp swimming below. Further down this road, which is referred to as the Koi no Mizube Michi, or Carp Street, are some more large carp swimming in a natural spring water pool. There are many canals and pools along this street where you can view carp such as these. This is the Seiryu-te tourist facility in Usui. On my right is a natural spring water fountain and a pool for tourists to dip their feet into. In my last video clip from Usui, you can see another view of the canal I showed you earlier. There are many restaurants and businesses along this canal. In the distance you can see the bridge leading to the Sunshine Chuomachi arcade. And now for this week's challenging questions. First, what is the homepage URL listed on our sign at Suzuta Market? Second, how many carp were in the water at the black Koi no Mizube Michi pool that I showed you in Shimabara? You can find a complete list of the contents of my vlog episodes on the Facebook link listed below. Remember to give this video a thumbs up before you leave today. Today's B-roll involved baking, so in episode 22, my B-roll involved farming. See you next week.